Welcome to another dimension of wellness with Angela Winston. I am your hostess with the mostest. And today we are talking part 2 of mental tambourines on the college campus, how to navigate it. We're going to give you some resources. We're going to give you 2 wonderful people that can give you the information that you need and something to think about in this podcast. Welcome. So today we have Mr. Jakar, and he is our flip teen with Favorite Card, and he has actually been on the campus, navigated campus life. He can tell you about the mental stress and his experiences, what we went through. Mr. Jakar?
Before we start, what is the tambourine thing? Break that down to me.
Mental tambourine.
Yes.
So the navigation that you have to go through when you are dealing with the stresses of college life. If you're a first timer, how you're going through that, what you're going through, whether it's anxiety, depression, missing home, things of that nature, that you all go through those emotions, especially when you are off campus or you're living from home onto campus from that point on. Okay, so I'm gonna have you think about that for just a moment. And then we have Miss Rashe. She is our team coordinator with our program, and she is going to give you a lot more information in regards to resources, in regards to her experience with dealing with the teens going off to college and currently in college. Welcome to our podcast. Thank you. So, Mr. Jakar, can you tell us a little bit about your experience first time away from home being on campus? Okay. How you navigated that?
Okay. Well, first, my name is Jakar. I got to do my little intro. Well, welcome Mutabat, the family. You understand? College for me was a roller coaster from start to finish. Well, I went to Defiance College in Ohio. That is 2 hours away, 2 hours and 30 minutes away from Indianapolis. So I was far away from home. In my eye, everybody else at campus lived way farther, which is crazy. There was no one from Defiance. It was a journey from start to finish. I lost my grandparents. I lost my grandma a week before, and I lost my grandpa a week during my first week during college. So I went there to play football. So I left early. My experience there was up and down. It was more due to the mental aspect of being, far away from home. I just lost important people in my life. I was just up and down. But on the educational side, in the schooling period, it was even more of a journey trying to adjust. I've never been to college before, so I was trying to get the hang of it, meeting new people from across different parts of the country. First time meeting someone from Belgium. Thought Belgium was a make-believe place that made chocolate. Met someone from Belgium. Shoot, what was the question again? So I get into deeper detail for you.
You tell us about how you navigated what I call the mental tambourine of college life. Your first time away. You were going over how stressed you were. How did you deal with that?
At the time, I really didn't know how to deal with it.
Mm-hmm.
I had an on-campus therapist that I went to repeatedly, but it seemed like it wasn't working. Well, not working. I wasn't using it to work with. I would sit in my sorrow and not try to find outlooks of being better on campus. It was just more of a mental struggle. College is a mental thing more than it is being on campus and learning. It's more of what can you do to be better, and if you sit and not try to be better, you'll get left behind. That sounds very egregious, but that's the cut and dry answer.
So when did you? That's interesting that you say that. When did you come to that conclusion? When did you say, Jakar, snap out of it? This ain't where we want to go.
My first semester of my second year. It took me out of my freshman year and summer of being home to realize you got to snap out of it. It's college is there for you to work with, not work against. And I went back my second year's first semester, and I did take all the avenues to be better on campus. Obviously, I'm back home, so it didn't seem like it worked the best. But I did take better. I took all the advantages that college did give me when I was down there, resourcing, meeting new people. I have so many people that still come contact me about certain stuff to this day. If you, what I say, work the college system, it's your best friend.
So when you say, work the college system, what system are you talking about?
More on the system of doing everything that the college has to offer. Extracurriculars, meet and greets, the class field trips, meet new people is the biggest thing that college is there for. It's like the biggest convention of young people your age that want to grow that you'll ever see. And I went to a small school. Everyone had the drive of, this isn't my landing place, I want to be somewhere better. And that's like the biggest thing that college does for you. And I feel like my campus, Defiance, even though it was so small, everybody had the same rooted idea. So it was good to be around those type of people to grow past that point. Like my best friend, my first year there, and I was down, every day, he would come to my room, get up, you don't miss class, you better be at class.
Okay.
You better be there.
Through friend.
No, you're not finna go in there and play that game. We're finna go to the library and work on some work. You wanna play football, right?
So this was your second year?
It's my first year.
It's your first year?
It's my first year. Even though I was so down, I still had people trying to propel me forward.
But you just weren't ready to accept it?
Exactly.
Okay.
I wasn't mentally ready to take that step and be like, okay, I'm done. I'm done while just sitting here wallowing. I'm ready to go forward.
Okay.
And I had people pushing me that way, and it took me to be by myself to realize, oh, we got to push ourselves forward. Everybody else is trying to help you. You're not helping yourself.
And that came your second year?
Yes, that came my second year. So first year, I'll say it like this. First year, prep, mental prep. First year is trying to prep yourself to be ready for your second year pass.
What does that entail, though? For somebody who is just getting ready to go through the college campus life, what would you say the biggest thing that they need to prep for?
Classes. I repeat, classes. You need to be prepared for classes. Don't worry about the girls. Don't prepare yourself for the parties. Classes. Number one thing is classes. Your first year, I took 2 classes that were college readiness courses that sat there and broke down how to be in class, how to take notes correctly, how to read essays, how to write essays, how to talk to teachers, everything.
But didn't you learn about essays and things of that nature in high school to prep you for this, or you didn't pay attention?
They started that in high school, my junior year, like pushing us towards college is coming, here's how you do things. But it's nothing like being on the campus and having to experience than someone telling you while you're at home and you're with your mom and dad in your bed at home. They're telling you, hey, college is coming up, this is what you need to do. It's nothing like being there and you seeing it with your own 2 eyes compared to someone telling you.
Gotcha. So financial speaking, and Ms. Rashe, please feel free to chime in.
Gotcha.
At any time. You don't hold them thoughts in, bring them out. I got you here to bring them out.
I got you.
Let them out. So the financial piece, how did you navigate that?
Well, I did 2 things. So my first year, don't do what I did. Don't blow your money fast.
Preventative methods, everyone. Preventative
method. Everything I'm gonna tell you now is to do what I did not do in college. Don't do anything I did. Save your money. Whatever you get from your senior year, because I know most of y'all parents gonna give y'all a boatload of cash, a boatload of stuff for graduation, a boatload of everything. Save every part of that.
So don't go out and splurge and buy everything that you want for college that you will eventually not need.
Exactly.
Okay.
My dorm, my freshman year, had so many things I never touched in it. Different shoe racks.
You had shoe rack? You had your
Why
own?
did you have shoes?
I brought my own I brought my own shoe rack
Baby.
for no reason. So much extra space in my room, and I was the lucky one to get the.
You filled it up.
I filled it up. My freshman year, yes, save your money. There's always a deal on something somewhere in the city you're in, especially if you're in a college town. I'll say that for sure. I know because everyone goes through that I'm hungry phase in college where it's looking a little dim and you ain't got nowhere to eat and the calf is closed. Download every app, every food app.
But then it ain't that expensive though.
No, compared to
DoorDashing isn't expensive.
DoorDashing, I'll tell you this right now. DoorDash in my town there was no DoorDash.
Oh,
Because my town was so small, you could walk everywhere, and
okay,
not everyone was driving in my. That's how small the town was. Not everyone was driving. You can walk around. It would take you. Let's say you started at the front of Defiance to get to the end of Defiance. Took you on a walk an hour, an hour walk. So anywhere you want to go in Defiance was an hour. Now when I say download every app, I mean like restaurant apps, like Taco Bell, McDonald's, Subway, grocery store apps. They always have deals to help you survive in college, especially if you're in a college town. Because every major food chain is in a college town, no matter what, because they all push them to be there. Mm-hmm. So food, like I said, get the apps. Okay, so I said save your money, get every app. Third, financially, don't give away all your stuff to your so-called friends in college, okay? Because you might end up needing those things.
College like where you live.
Okay. This sounds okay. This sounds bad because I know I went to. Okay, I keep saying small school. I went to a really small school. It was the same size as my high school. Okay, my high school was small. When I say don't give away things, people ask for soap. Okay, let them borrow the soap. Don't think, I got 6 boxes of soap. That soap is gonna run out. Don't think you're trying to be friendly and give people your stuff.
So you're talking about your essentials.
Yes, save your essentials. Don't give to because you will fall.
Have so much. What?
Exactly my point. You also don't need that much for college, guys. That's another valid point.
Over splurging.
Over splurging.
That's what I'm hearing.
No over splurging. I fell victim of over splurging my freshman year.
Did you go to the store and buy your stuff?
Yes. There's a Walmart down the road from my school.
I was gonna say, so you can get to the store.
My freshman year.
You go to the store. I want
y'all to know my freshman year. I think the first day I got down there, I spent $400.
I think that you were thinking you were thinking that you were saving. You were saving money, and you had the space. So So why not? Okay.
Yes. I thought I was like, this all lasts me. I'll be fine. No. Make sure if you're gonna spend your money, spend it on things that are gonna for sure last you. Like that is the biggest thing because college, especially if you're going away, you're gonna be on your own to an extent. Your parents are still gonna call you every day and make sure you're fine, but you're the one getting yourself up for class. You're the one feeding yourself. You're the one bathing yourself. You're the one that is going everywhere. It's you. Some people don't experience that in high school. Everyone is under mom's roof. Mom's taking me to school. Mom's taking me to get food. Mom's doing this for me. Mom's doing that. When you're out there, it's you. That's the biggest thing I can tell you. Like financially, learn. If you don't know how to save your money now, learn to save your money because college shows you that if you don't, you'll learn how to use survival skills. I know this from exact moments in my time being at college. 2 years. For 2 years, I know the ins and outs at this point.
Okay. Thank you. We gonna retro back to that in a minute because you said a couple key points that I had in mind. So Miss Rashe, and this is the open forum. So don't feel that you have to hold back because this information is going to help somebody either with their child or the child that's looking to go off to college, right? So as you would speak with the parents in preparation for their classes. What does that process look like for someone who is a first generation college attendee?
Speaking with parents. So if I was going to talk to parents and their child is the first one to go off to college, I would say read the FAFSA packet, really learn it, because that is, I think, the biggest thing that can go wrong quickly, especially from my own experience. Signed it up with college debt, but reading those FAFSA packets and completely understanding it. So like, there's programs like Invest It. They're really good. We've had them come out twice here, and they will break down that packet. They will look over exactly what you are receiving, and what's also thrown in there is the student loans. So even if you don't want them, they're already included in there unless you take them off. So I would say looking into that is a big thing, because if you don't want your child to have student loans, and you yourself don't want to have student loans, because parents can apply for loans too for their kids to go off to school, then reading that and making sure that you're signing off on the right stuff, that you're not including student loans in that packet would be good. Remembering that FAFSA is every year thing. And then also remembering that scholarships can be applied or all throughout the school year. So you never stop applying for scholarships. That's not, oh, we got in and now we're done. You still can apply, because every little bit counts. And the more that you get in scholarships is less that you have to worry about when it comes to student loans and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm. So for one that doesn't have, that they missed the FAFSA deadline, what are the FAFSA deadlines?
April 15th.
So it's April 15th and it comes around
every year.
And it doesn't renew. I want everybody to understand
it doesn't
not
renew.
It's not self-renewable.
It is not.
You guys have to
do
apply
it
again
every year.
And so the parent does it initially, right?
No,
at what age will the student be, the child be able to, or young adult? What age would they be able to do it? Is that 18?
When they get ready to go off to college, they have their own account. So I went off to college at 17.
Uh-huh.
I still have my own FAFSA account. My mom also had one. Both the student and the parent have to have an account.
Okay.
Because there is going to be information that is going to be required from the parents to upload as well as the students, and they can't complete theirs without having that, unless there are certain circumstances. But the majority of the time, you're going to need your parents to have an account and information uploaded as well.
Okay.
And the biggest thing is you can start FAFSA like a little bit early. I know that from experience. You can start FAFSA in, I think, a month early.
You can start it in like November or December. They usually open it a little bit before the new year, and they give you months to get it done.
Okay, so there's no excuse on waiting until the last moment, because you have time. I thought, April 15th, you got to open it. We all rush in to make sure that we get the okay. Folks like me.
Also, the earlier you go, the more money you're likely to receive.
Yeah.
Because think of it as like a funnel. You start at the
get
top.
What's available.
Exactly. Get what's available until it starts to deplete. So if you wait, the longer you wait, your FAFSA won't account for how much you're gonna pay for college. My mom did FAFSA like a month early, and we got my freshman year a lot of money back, strictly on her doing it so early. Compared to the second time I did it way later, right before school, and the two numbers was not adding up. I was like,
I thought I was getting this.
Exactly, the two numbers was not adding up. So I would say make sure you do it early.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so with the key elements that we're talking about, is the mental preparation.
Yeah.
How can parents, from your standpoint, how can parents prepare their children? When should they start preparing them for college life when they grow out, and what do they need to prepare?
I would say high school is when you really start to focus in on that. So it's just knowing your child. Like, if your child has disabilities or something where you know that it might take them longer to pick up on getting up on time and getting themselves together, then maybe you start freshman year getting them ready. Mm-hmm. If you know that your child is pretty independent and can get up and kind of go on their own, do for themselves, Then maybe junior year we start saying, okay, well, let me see you have a little more responsibility. Let me see if you can manage your money. Let me see if you can manage your time. Maybe I'm not asking you about your homework, but I am going to look and make sure that you don't have missing assignments. And I'll talk to you then at that point. So giving them just that little bit of responsibility. Even going as far as like, you know what, do you know how to wash clothes? Because I've been doing it so long, but now when you go to college, you gotta wash them clothes. Washing them clothes. So then it's like, well, can they wash clothes? Do they know how to wash dishes? Do you know how to keep up with your important documents like your birth certificate, your insurance card, social security numbers, things like that? So those are the things where it's really knowing your child. If your child's one of those that you're like, they lose their key every other day, maybe we gonna work on, on some more responsibility here. We gonna work on getting you prepared. If you have the child that's like, I got it, I can do for myself, you don't really have to remind me, then you know you don't have to start freshman year. You can wait till junior or senior year to start giving them a little bit more responsibility, and that's really what it is, because college becomes their responsibility. So maybe that doctor's appointment, if they drive, maybe you go, okay, you go ahead, I'll meet you there. Or maybe it's, I won't go in with you, I'll sit in the waiting room and let you have that moment. Because in college, you get sick. And you got to go to that doctor's appointment by yourself. And then other things too, like working with different students, I would say making sure they know how to order their own food. Whether that's on an app, whether that's in person, knowing how to figure out how much to leave for a tip. Go out to eat. Can you do those things? Do you know how to navigate the streets and stuff? Do you know where you're going? Do you know directions? How to read the street signs and stuff? How to use public transportation if you have to, because some colleges you might have to park 20 miles away from your dorm and walk to your dorm or catch a bus to your dorm. So do you know how to use that public transportation? So giving them those freedoms to start inching out doing things like that will help prepare.
So, with you being the coordinator for the Flip Teams here at Faber Card, what is it that you do with the teens to help them prepare, to bridge that gap that because some parents may not know this, so that's why, I have you here. So
Yeah.
what do you do here at Faber Card to assist in the preparation for college?
So we do talk about FAFSA. We have meetings to discuss that. We talk about financial aid. We do college tours. We're looking at if college is comfortable for you. So I tell all of them every time we go on a tour, yes, all the colleges offer these educational programs. They either have your major or they don't. But does this feel comfortable? Does this feel like home? Because ultimately this is going to be home these next 2 to 4 years. Does it feel comfortable? I went on a college tour and everything was dull. I'm a vibrant person. I like colors. Stuff can't be in order too much for me.
So you operate well in chaos.
A little bit. And so it was like, I can't go here because everything is just brown and black and boring. I don't see people sitting around outside and enjoying the campus. I don't want to be here. So you have to figure out what kind of food are they offering. Do I like these things? So those are the things we talk about right now. Other things that I would like to do with them that I'm working on for the summer is like having a cooking class. Can they cook? You might be away at school and want to cook a meal. You get hungry.
We actually have that coming up here at Faber Card, cooking classes for our teens. Thank you.
Yay. So that is something that I do. I want to make sure that they know how to cook. When we do our teen retreats, we have them wash the dishes, take out the trash, sweep the floors, and clean. So I don't do it. It's not going to be my responsibility. I know how to, but we put that on them. So it's also that. And then we also talk about where the Office of Disability Services are on campus. We talk about that mental health component too. Campus or being away at school your first time can be stressful. It's different. It's a different world.
Expound a bit more upon that, because we are here today talking about navigating that college life mental tambourine. Expound a little bit more in that.
Just the
and how they
initial.
prepare them for that.
So the initial just being out on your own, that's different. Maybe your parents are close by, maybe they're not, but typically you're not calling mommy to come and fix the problems anymore or dad to come and fix your problems. So it's navigating those type of situations on your own. If you do drive, maybe you got a flat tire and you need to know how to call for help, who to call for help. Also just learning where to find resources on your own. So there's plenty of resources out there. I'll never know them all, but if I give you the tools, then you know how to at least get online and look for what you need. Other things that could also cause you stress: classes. High school classes are different from college classes. In high school, your teacher will say to you,
much different. So
your teacher might remind you about your assignments, and they might even give you a cheat sheet. They might tell you, like, help you out getting those notes down. They're going to help you. In college, them teachers, in college, they're not doing that for you.
okay, my biggest thing in college was that exactly. Like in high school, I was demanded to be there. Mom made me go to school.
You have choice.
Yeah.
In college,
You
you're
don't have to.
grown. You have
You
the
don't have
free
to go to
will to be
class.
like, I'm too tired. I'm not gonna make it to this class and stay in your bed. Now, if you're not on yourself about marking down what time your classes is, what assignments you have to do, what big tests are around the corner, you will get hit with the time you decide to lay down. That'd be a big test.
Time
And
management.
that's
Yes.
time management is
They
key.
don't remind you of that. So
They
they
do
will
not.
give you a syllabus at the beginning
Yes.
of the school year when you're in college, and it will have all your assignments listed, all your tests listed.
Yes.
That's it. They're not going to remind you no more. That's it. You walk away, and that's on you if you remember to turn in that assignment. If you remember that you have a test this day, they don't
Especially,
care. They're not going to call you and be like,
Especially if
let
we're
me
in a-
send out a reminder.
especially if you're in a ginormous class, like 100
Lecture
kids,
class,
a lecture
yeah.
class, or strictly you go there. Those are the classes that people tend to skip the most because you're going there just to sit there and this man is looking into a hall of 100 people talking about something on the board, and you have to somehow stay locked in mentally for an hour to 2 hours,
You do.
and him just going blah 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 blah. Now, please work on your time management before you take yourself to college, because you will get the biggest slap in the face when you're like, "Oh, I forgot," and they go, "Oh well."
And they don't always
This
offer
isn't-
second chances.
Exactly. This isn't high school where your teacher will be like, "Well, I can't blame you because your mom didn't bring you to school, so I'll give you another chance." No.
Yep.
If you have to be mentally prepared to be able to walk in and show that you're willing to learn and willing to take the time to manage yourself and your time. Because if a college, okay, I'll say this, college, my bad, college professors will help you if you show that you're willing to learn. Because they have to deal with 100 other kids telling them, oh, I forgot. But if you're truly dedicated to going forward with college, they will help you. I promise.
And that's a good point too, because building that relationship with your college professor puts you in the forefront of their minds.
Yes.
So when
Yes.
opportunities do
Yes.
present themselves,
Yes.
internships or
Yes.
job opportunities, then your professor knows you, and your professor can go, "Oh, I know a student who'll be perfect for that." But if you don't communicate with them, you don't talk to them, you've never gone to office hours, anything, they don't know you. So then they don't know your capabilities. They don't think of you as a person for a certain opportunity. So that is something too.
I got something for y'all. Do is ask questions even though you know the answer to them. Even though you know the answer to them, ask questions no matter what, because they'll always have in mind, oh, this person right here, they're so invested that I can give them something and they'll run with it. I will say that because I took what was that class called? Communications class, my second semester. We had a podcast at my school. I would be in there just asking questions all day long because communications / journalism is like my second life. And just asking questions, she told me, hey, Jakar, anytime, the next time you're on stream or anything and you need anything, let me know. I have connections to get you past this point in streaming if you want to take it serious. Me and her barely had any conversations with each other than in class. And she was easily, well, she still texts me to this day, guys. She's the best woman in the world.
Okay.
I'll say that.
Awesome. Thanks, Jakar. So, with that being the case, you're missing classes. This is for the student who decides that they didn't want to go.
Yes.
and that they can skip this
Yes.
class or whatever. Well,
Mhm.
those add over years and over time, those add up.
I do.
How do they navigate the academic probation?
Mm.
So academic probation is rough. Oh, when you get
Explain to
there.
them what it
Super.
is.
So academic probation is when your grades have slipped and your GPA has fallen below whatever the school has decided is the threshold for academic probation.
Most are 2-0.
Yeah, typically like a 2.0 or so. And then what they will do is say, we'll give you this semester to stay in school
Mhm.
and try to get your GPA up. If you do not meet their expectations, they will kick you out of school. You cannot return back.
And you can't give a what did I do? Okay, I'll say this. You only get 2 strikes. I got to my third on a whim that I was a good person. You only get 2. Okay? They will tell you if you get underneath this at the end of the year, you have to go.
Yeah.
If you get past that third one, you can't put in a what's it called? What's the word I'm looking for? When someone tells you no and you try to give a good reason why.
Appeal.
Appeal.
Oh,
Appeal.
right.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
You cannot give an appeal.
Because you done appealed out.
You done appealed out. You done reached 2 strikes. You can't appeal no more. You will leave. Navigating that, I will say, get you a good group of people that know what they're doing, especially in the classes you're struggling in. Because on college, at college, everyone's thinking the same thing. I'm not trying to be back home. I want to make sure I'm out of here in 4 years. I'm going to come back home. Everyone has the same idea. So depending on what class it is, find that group of people you see that work the hardest in the class and just go underneath them. Go meet them in the library, meet them in the cave, talk to them, and learn how to be a better student in whatever class it is because they will help. The one thing I can say about college, there's more helpers than there are knowers. I like to say knowers, okay? Either helpers than there are knowers. Knowers are going to tell you, no, you're not finna copy my paper. No, you're not finna study with me. No, you're not finna. There's more helpers than there are knowers in college. Just, you have to be willing. If you want to be better, you have to be willing to be better.
So you have to open up
Yes.
and
Yes.
get past that vulnerability or that I know what I'm
Yes.
doing when you have no clue.
Exactly. Exactly.
Be willing to ask for help.
Yes.
Like, even if you're one of those people that's scared, you don't like to ask for help, you don't want to raise your hand,
better ask
you
for
have
help.
to learn to ask for help in college. If you don't have good study skills, find a good tutor, talk to your academic advisor, join some different groups. A lot of the colleges have different cohorts on campus where it's like, okay, these people they all live together, they're all in the same major. Live and learn. Go and do those things, like join those so that you're with people who, one, have a common interest with you, and that you're talking to people and saying, I'm struggling.
Yes.
I need help here. Get the help that you need.
So what would you suggest for that student or potential student that is closed off and more or less kind of the timid nature? What are some resources that they could actually go to, since they are not that they're so introverted that look, I just want to be in the classroom.
Just wanna be
I
here.
just want to, do this. How do you get those students to, or how would they be able to open up?
I would say freshman year, when you first get to college, they have orientation.
Yes.
And orientation will have all these different opportunities for you to join different organizations, different clubs and groups and whatever they have going on. If you find something you know is something that you're interested in, again, this is home now. Find your group of people, find your community and join that. Go to the meetings, find out what they do, hang out with them. A lot of times different organizations that have things in the evenings where they'll even feed you. And when you're a college student, you go to all the stuff where they feed you.
Hey, no, what I'm saying? It's free food. I'm there. I
Man,
promise you.
go to it, hang out with people, get to know
Yes.
them. Just a simple, hey, how are you? Which is hard now for a lot of our students because we have COVID babies that are like,
Stayed
I
in the
don't
house.
communicate well.
Exactly.
But even get
Social
their
skills.
number.
So
Yeah.
So what I'm hearing is number one is networking.
Mm-hmm.
Two, well, let me rephrase that. Number one is getting outside of your box.
Mhm.
Number two is networking. Number three is while you're networking, learn to enhance your social skills.
Yes.
So that even if you're an introvert, you can go to Act Two and put that other facade on, and then fake it until you can make it.
Yeah.
So that you can get the resources that you need.
I'll tell you
Did I
what.
break it down right?
You did, but I'll tell you what.
Yeah.
Me and Jakar just had a meeting with another lady the other day. She does Mathis Media. And so what she said to us was your network is your net worth.
I'm rich.
And so
I'm telling you, I'm
So,
swimming in money.
what I will say
Promise
is
you.
when you go to college, even if you're the shy person, think of it like that. These are people that you are networking with. They may not have their degrees yet, they may not be in those jobs yet, but they will.
You're looking at potential Bill Gates.
Yes. So
Jobs.
go and meet
And
these
Oprahs.
people. So yeah, like I'm gonna go make friends with you and you because you're gonna be a connection for me in another 4 years. We're gonna graduate and I'm gonna be a connection for you.
Okay,
So we're
like
gonna
that.
build that network and then that's gonna build your network.
Yes.
There you go.
So if you look at it that way, that's helpful too.
Another thing I would say, the first day of orientation, if it's a club that you do on the outside, like on the outside on your own time, gaming, whatever, join it.
Mm-hmm.
Don't be like, that looks boring. Join that because everyone in there is like you. Everyone does what you do. You might as well. I fell victim of that as well. There was multiple film groups and film things and things like that, and I was like, that looks lame. Everyone, no, that's where you'll find the most fun in college the right way. You'll find the most fun the right way. I'll say that right. You'll find the most fun the right way because you will connect with people that do exactly what you love to do outside of school, in school, no matter what. Like, I ended up joining my second semester. I ended up joining a TV and broadcast group where we sat down and just did what we're doing right now, just talk. I had the most fun I ever had in college just doing that every Saturday.
So what did you get out of that? What was the purpose?
One, networking. Two, clubs you will meet your biggest friends or your bestest of friends out of any club you join. Because like I said, everyone does what you do. So let's say you come in, you know more than everyone else in the club. They're all migrate to you because now you have friends. Look, you see what I'm saying? You have new friends because you just joined the club. Just join the club. Just join.
But that's easy for you because you're a social creature, right?
Even-
We're trying to reach out, and you made some wonderful points, right?
About people
But-
like me.
People like Miss Rashe still join that club.
I did though. I did. I like to sing, so
Exactly.
I joined choir.
Exactly. You
I
had the
joined
most
gospel
fun.
choir.
Okay.
I did.
You had the most fun.
Gospel choir was fun.
And you hung out with everybody in that group outside.
Yeah.
Exactly my point. Just join the club regardless. Even if you're someone like me or someone like Miss Rashe, join that club.
Also,
You will have the most
though,
fun.
you can join a class. Just
Yes.
take, like, you have extracurricular classes you can take, just something that you enjoy. So for me, my freshman year, I like to dance. I took a dance class. I was like, I want to be a ballerina. So I took a dance class. I also took a criminology class just because I was like, ooh, I watch all this Law and Order SVU. I can do that. So I took those classes, and you meet people in those classes too that you're like, oh, we got something in common. You watch Law and Order? Me too. Did you see last night episode?
It'll be people you thought you would never talk to in your
Yeah.
entire life until you get to the club, and that they're your bestest of friends. When I say the bestest of friends, you can call them up right now. I can call anyone from my TV broadcasting class right now, and they'll pick up the phone. Jakar, because we made that connection of just going to the club. The club, just going. Once you get there, normally there's small groups. Once you get there, you're already connected because it's a small group, it's a small room. Now everyone's like, oh, we do all the same things. We have to be friends. We have to. So yes, join those clubs.
So I got a question now.
Yes, ma'am.
And we want to reiterate to those introverts out there, step outside of your box because
Yes.
the present is on the outside, not the inside,
Yes.
right? So you want to look into that. Now moving into that space, college dorm.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you're going into those dorms, and I know that some folks that are doing the dorm life. This is your second year, and you're having to navigate, a whole new roommate, and you're totally different spectrums. You're totally on two different spectrums of the introvert extrovert time frame, right? How do they navigate the stress of that?
Well, you should be looking for, well, you should be filling out a form when you sign up for your dorm assignment that you get to put out there. If you don't know exactly who you want to dorm room with, that you get to put some of your interests, and then they try to find somebody with common interests. So if there is something that you like, you know, this is your thing, like, do not wake me up early. I'm not an early morning person. Put that on there so that they know not to get you with the person who gets up at the crack of dawn. But other than that, though, you still could end up with just opposing people. If you have that, you can talk to your RA. So you can talk to them about, hey, I'm not comfortable in this room with this person. Can I switch? You can always switch. That's not a thing. You can switch. If you're not comfortable, please switch your room. Something else you can do, learn their strengths and learn yours. Figure out how that helps, how they can help you, how you can help them. Because maybe they are the morning person, but maybe you got a class in the morning and you like, you know what? When you get up, wake me up too.
So they can work for or against you.
Yeah, like build that friendship too, because you're not gonna always have everything in common. So work that out. Or maybe they're the person who, you know, they need something from you too. Maybe they're like, hey, I don't have good study skills, but I see you going to studying 2-3 times a day and da da da. Can you teach me that? Utilize each other. They don't have to
invest in your social capital.
Yeah. Find their strengths and use it.
Social capital. That's a key word. Write that down. Miss O, when you done editing, just put invest in your social capital in big letters right across, because that is the key word.
I'll make that a clip.
Yes. Okay, on my side of that, not because I just left. My freshman year, my first semester, I had someone named Donovan something, I forgot his last name. Donovan, white guy, he was an introvert, got up every day, 7:10, alarm goes off, he gets up, he goes, does his stuff. Every day. My first class started at 9 o'clock. But before that, I would go to football practice. He would tell me, before football practice starts, bro, wake me up. So I will be up at 6 something, go back to sleep, wake up at 7, and when I come back from my class, I'll wake you up for yours. We would do that consistently.
Oh, that's sweet.
There you
Because
go.
me and him, our path, we were two different people. I played football, he played baseball. He had his little close knit of friends. I had a big knit of friends. Our lives never cross paths. Like, we wouldn't hang out anytime. If I come in the dorm, he's not there. Only time we'll be there is in the mornings. If you have a good roommate, cherish them, because you can get blessed with a bad roommate like that. Especially,
That's the first time I've heard blessed with a bad roommate. I don't know. What'd you learn from the bad roommate that you had before?
I didn't have the bad roommate, but I know a lot of people on my floor. I know a lot of people
blessings in disguise.
from verbal across room to room. Every room around me had a bad roommate, but me and Don. We were the bestest of friends, me and Don.
That's wonderful. Yeah, y'all didn't even really cross paths.
Exactly.
That's wonderful to work that out. So, I would like to send us off with some resources. If you didn't take notes, then I need for you to take these notes down, because it's going to be very, very hard to retain all of this information for your child or for yourself when you're going off to college, which is probably in about a month or so. The end of this month, June.
Like,
if you're a football
some in
player,
June, some in July, some in, it depends if they go into summer school.
Yeah. If you're a football player, you leave June 3rd. If you're a football player,
so you leave in June.
All right, thank you.
You leave in June 3rd.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah.
So what would you send us off with on the resource path? Who do they go to when they are? I always say that sometimes your friend isn't that person that you always want to share your most intimate thoughts, because emotions change, and so I say emotions change and information gets exchanged. Right? So let's say that fast.
I would say,
who would you suggest is a trustworthy person on campus?
On every campus, there is a mental health facility. Find it. Even if you feel like, oh, I'm fine, I do fine, I socialize a lot, find it. Because there will be a moment, whether that's from finals, whether it's just from moving in or whatever, or like Jakar had, his grandparents passed away, whatever, life happens. Know where it's at and see who all works in there. because no two therapists are the same. And finding a therapist that you feel comfortable with is just like dating. You got to figure it out. So see who all's in there, find you one that you feel comfortable with. Most campuses will allow, or most colleges will allow you to go and do your sessions free. Or they may give you so many sessions a semester that are free. Utilize it. Go. Talk to them just about that transition from high school to college. The other thing would be knowing where the Office of Disability Services are located. So if you are a person who struggles with anxiety or depression or has an IEP or a 504 plan, anything like that, go see them and let them know what you need. Let them know, because they can accommodate you for some things. They won't accommodate everything, but you won't know if you don't ask. So go and say, hey, I need this type of help, or I had this set up in high school. Am I allowed to still utilize these type of services?
Yes.
And see if they'll help you with those.
Yes.
Those are like my two biggest things when you move into campus.
I will say the whole stigma of no one's gonna help you in college. I know I said that earlier, but to an extent, people will help you. You have to make them help you. They're not gonna give you an open hand. You have to take the initiative to do whatever you need done. So like she was saying, find those offices. I'll find it eventually. Whenever I need them, I'll try to go find them. When you need them, you're gonna be stranded. Like no one's helping me. Da 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 da. There's always somewhere. Someone's gonna help you. The doctor's office. I was sick for 2 weeks. I missed 2 weeks of football, 2 weeks of school, because I didn't know where the doctor's office was, and I had something. I just know I was sick for 2 weeks just because I didn't know where the doctor's office was, and I didn't buy any medicine.
Yeah, bye-bye.
No. No, I did not. See,
We're
you
gonna
can't.
need y'all to find that first.
Yeah.
Those
Yes.
officers find first.
Yes,
you
your first day on
Give me your phone
campus.
as
Your
emergency.
first day on campus, after all the orientation stuff, go on your solo journey around campus.
Right,
Like
figure
just
out where
walk
stuff
around. You're gonna live here. You're gonna live here for 6 to 7. What is it? 6 to 8? Actually, 6 to 8 months.
Mm-hmm.
You're gonna live here. This is your home. Go venture. Go venture every building, every door. Be like, okay, this is where this is at if I need it. That's where that is at when I need it. Make sure you know, because when you're living there or when you're going to school, that's not going to be on your mind. You know, I need to get to class. I need to get this. I need to get that. Make sure your first day there, just walk around every aspect of the school. Every little nook and cranny. Even go to the fields that they put far away. Just go see everything.
Learn where safety is.
Learn
Yes. Safety too, because
Yes.
there's some campuses that will have little posts where you can click the button and the police will come.
Somebody will
they will walk with you.
Yes.
They will take you
Yes.
to your dorm to make sure you're safe. Other schools have text stuff set up where if you're not safe, you can text people. Set that stuff up.
Look at all the
so
posters
you
that your school
know
posts
and you're
everywhere.
safe.
Look at all the posters.
You walking around at night by yourself is not always the safest choice.
Right,
so.
and just to keep in mind as well is that human trafficking is a real thing.
Yes.
You have to be aware of your surroundings. You have to be aware of your friend groups that you are staying with, that you are hanging with, and who they're hanging with. You have to be observant in their behaviors. If something seems off to you, that party is time to go. Right? It's time to look for those safety, like she said, look for those safety marks, because that could save your life, or you could be able to save the life of someone that you know or don't know. I mean, everybody is a community on a campus, so it isn't a reason for you to be like, that's not my business, especially when it turns around and that could be you in that situation. So make sure that you look for those safety marks. Make sure that you are looking for the therapist office or the RA office. Also, make sure that you find that Office of Disability. You may not know when you may be on some crutches or something like that, or whether it's mental or physical disabilities, you'll still need to know where those are. In closing, we would like to thank our guests. Ms. Rashe, thank you for the wealth of information and your insight. We appreciate you here at Favorite Cards so much. And also asking you, is there room for our flip teams? Flip teams are future leaders in progress that we have here. Are there rooms available for that? Is there any room for any new students coming in? Or how many do you have currently?
I can always take in flip students if they just want to participate in the program. Yes. So if they just want to participate, all it is coming and filling out an application so I can know who to call and who to text to let them know when we have programming going on.
Okay, so that sounds like you have a break. So you said in participate. So ease that in. Like, yeah,
Okay.
I caught that. I caught that.
So we also hire some of our flip students to work here so that they're gaining employable skills before they go off to college or into the real world to work. However, I am not able to hire anyone at this very moment until a few more of mine get out on their own.
Okay. We do have some that are going off to college, but they return a lot.
They
right?
do. They return a lot, and we like that. We like that we can be home for them. But we also ask them to spread their wings and go. And so we provide them with those resources, internships. We will tell them what's available, send that stuff to them so that hopefully they land something and they're able to get out into the field that they really want to be in.
Awesome. And in closing, what are your 3 things, Jakar? 3 things that are your top educational pieces for someone to take away that are currently still in college or in going into college?
Stay focused, eat proper, and pay attention.
Awesome. Thank you. Thank you once again for joining us for another dimension of wellness here at Jakar Glick. And I am your host, Angela Winston. Please tune in next time for our next podcast, which is going to be the influence and importance of a mother, embracing motherhood, and the mental tambourine that they are on a daily basis. Welcome and thank you. You have a wonderful day.